So the old Z is taken apart yet again. This is probably the first time you've seen it on camera, but throughout my 2 years of ownership, I've taken apart this whole header and intake part about this is probably the fifth time now. I think a few times because the gasket itself here was burned out and was leaking, and did a head gasket twice, and now I took the header off for the O2 bung here that I just got welded on. I need this there because I got a new ECU. This is just a temporary replacement for it, but it needs the O2 bung for it to run properly, but my header didn't have it, so I took it off, drilled it, had my friend weld on the bung, and now we're here. Also got it wrapped, which took forever, a very long process, but I'm ready to put it back together. Just trying to clean up the surfaces so I can get a clean seal, so there won't be any leaks. Let's go ahead and finish that up so I can slap it back together. Okay, as you can see, we got all the old gasket off. Just used the drill with a wire brush attached to it, and yeah, it looks pretty good. I just need to finish up the engine side, which is pretty clean, but just want to make sure that there's nothing left on there that could cause a leak. So for my gasket, I ordered one off of the Z store, Motorsport. Yeah, Motorsport. They recommend using their performance gasket instead of the stock one if you're using a header. It's only a couple bucks more, so yeah, got the performance version of the gasket. And this is also their 6-1 header. I got this because it has a flange instead of the slip-on style that the 3-2 has. Okay, so I just sprayed on some this Permatex copper spray here, which is recommended for gaskets. So it should help with the heat transfer between all of these, so not one particular section will get hot over the other, and it helps seal it in case you have like little imperfections between the header and your head. So it's just a quick coat for now. We're gonna hit it again in a little bit. Alright, so it's got done spraying both sides of the gasket, and now we can finally start the reassembly process. In case some of you guys are wondering, this is an N42 block and head. You can see that N42, and yeah, the head is also an N42, which is pretty sought after, I believe. I think the other head that people want is like the P90 or something, but this was what it came with. This header used to be this color, as you can see, like very shiny, but it had like some kind of thermal blanket on it, and after a while it kind of dulled out the color, and that's why I decided to wrap it. Plus the header gets super hot, so there's that benefit also. Alright, for reassembly, the exhaust side has 12 millimeter nuts, and then the intake, the bolts are 14s, which you can't really mix it up since they're bolts on top. Then nuts for the header. Alright, so everything's put back together. Got the new harness in. Like I said, the whole point of me doing this was for the new computer here, EZ-EFI. I needed an O2, so that's why I took off the header. And now we need to put on the gasket from the header to the exhaust. And for that, I like to use these guys. This is a local company here in Washington. I like their gaskets because they're super thick. They don't leak ever. And check them out if you have exhaust leak problems. So for this ECU kit, you get the handheld tuner kit here. You have to put in all these parameters here into the handheld, so it knows what kind of engine you're running and all that. This kit is available from Z-Car Depot. This is to replace your old EFI computer. So I'm gonna go ahead and punch in these numbers and give it a start. Alright, so after you punch in all the numbers, it tells you to start it. And then it wants you to reach 170 degrees so it can start the learn process for the ECU. So right now we're still at 68 degrees on the coolant. Alright, so I reached 170 here. Now I can hit continue. Now it wants me to adjust the idle. So yeah, turn the idle screw until it reaches the green position here. Alright, so when you get to this screen, you want to go to your throttle body and adjust the idle so that this white line is in the green box here. And then you hit next. Alright, now after that's done, you can begin the learning process by driving the car. So just drive the car and it'll self-tune itself. And then you should be good to go. As you can see, it shows the screen here that you're all done with the setup. Okay, so here's everything I took off the card. You got the ECU here. There's your airflow meter. You're not using this anymore. The old harness. The old throttle position sensor is not used. Whatever this relay is or module, no longer used. The EFI kit is from Z-Car Depot, and they have the whole kit which will get your car running. So you see no more airflow meter there. Just got a straight pipe there. Replace it with the map sensor here. I need to find a place to put this. I need to find a place to put my ECU. I don't want that to sit there. This kit is for V8, so you get 2 additional injector wires, but you use 6 for this, so that's fine. Okay, so the EZ-EFI upgrade was a success. I will go into the details of how to set it up in the next video, but right now it's running pretty good. It's still not fully tuned. It said in about 50 miles it should be fully tuned, and it should work out all the kinks and stuff. But it's good enough to drive right now. So check them out. It's the kit is from Z Car Depot. It's kind of pricey, but if you want to get rid of the old system, this is the only way to go. So yeah, more detail on how to convert in the next video.